Tahar, thank you for joining us. Thanks for this. What an amazing performance in Alpha. Just like rip-roaring. You just like force your way through this and like at the beating heart really, whilst being not the main protagonist, you're like the co-lead, but you are like the beating heart of the film. So is that something that attracted you to the project? What did bring you to Alpha?
First of all, it's always the same story, finally. The director and the script. And when I first saw Raw, I was blown away by this new vision of movies, especially coming from France. And I remember telling my agent, keep an eye on her because I would love to work with her. And years later, when he called me and said, listen, Julia Ducournau wants you in her next movie, I was so excited. So she sent me the script. I read it, and I was hit by the emotional aspect. I'm not saying that it wasn't emotional before in her previous movies. What I'm saying it was and is still a different way to portray emotions. And in that sense, I felt connected to the story. Because finally, when I read it, I understood that it wasn't like just a genre movie, and it wasn't a body horror movie. It is a family drama movie that uses genre's tools just to tell a story. And that makes it very special. And of course, the part. It's a gift for an actor, to have the opportunity to portray Amin. Is a way for an actor to dig as far as he can. And what a gift from a director. And the challenge. When you're a young actor dreaming of being an actor, you don't dream of playing a common man, which is very hard, by the way. You dream of composing, you dream of method acting and all. You don't know if you're capable of, and when you get that offer, you go like, great, I'm gonna try and give my all to make a dream come true. And I was, grateful for that offer. Yeah.
And did you spoke there about being presented with that character? It's not one that you're often getting a chance to, but do you find that is more challenging or difficult as an actor to get into, and that's why you love to take it on, or is it? How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, it might be the most challenging part I've ever had with Aznavour that I had to play. Yes, because there was a physical challenge first of all, and that physical challenge is like you have to put yourself in a you have to be in an athlete mindset to be able to just lose 22 kilos. It's it's tough, but you have to do it, because if you don't, the main principle of the movie is to make the audience believe in what you see. And if I didn't do it, I would have ruined the movie from the inside out. So it was inherent to the project. But I didn't have to go that far. I remember reaching a point when it was absolutely believable. But I felt like I needed to go beyond that, because that physicality, the look, was just the entrance into a wide and deep and sad and at the same time funny world. And that world was the soul of Amin. And I really had to go beyond that, just to create that void that they have and that they fill up with the product. And once I felt it, I was like at the edge of something, because you feel like you're playing with your not your life, but your health. And they would play with their life with the product. So when I was at this edge, I felt like, yes, I'm right there. And it was minus 22 kilos. But that's the physical part. But also, to be able to create Amin, the idea was what would I have been if I had Amin's life? So I volunteered in a a facility that helps people suffering from addiction. We went on a bus driving through Paris and finding the places where they gathered to give them sterile supplies and all of those experiences helped me build Amin. And I knew that he was a sort of fallen angel, but still human. And I came to realize that they were just wounded kids. And the only way they found to fill up that void was the product. So I had to find somehow something that could match this thing. And at some point I felt it for real. And I developed an addiction, which is funny, because it was an addiction to cherry tomatoes and pistachios. And I felt myself...
it's like pregnancy or
really, yeah, sort of. And I was like building a ritual as well,
Yeah.
like slicing them in 2 pieces. I mean, the cherry tomatoes, the pistachios, putting it in, and it was like a ritual, just like them when they would prepare their fix.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to my friends and my wife, and I'm like, hey guys, I think I developed an addiction to cherry tomatoes. And they go like, oh yeah, right, we noticed. And I was like, shit, because I found myself one night like, I didn't have them. So I took a little, scooter in the city we were shooting, and I was like driving around to find a grocery that was still open to buy, and it was 2 a.m., like in the middle of the night. So I felt like I'm in the right place.
Very good. And you said you said about them. You give sterile supplies. So there's that charities or things in Paris where they do that. They go around and make sure there's sterile supplies. It's really
no,
good.
it's a facility, like a team that opened a place where they can use
in a safe way.
In a safe place, and also to give them a social life.
Yeah.
Where they gather and they can do this and meet people and also help them reconnect to the world. Because obviously the main purpose is to help them getting out of this.
Yeah.
And I met some people who got out of this. And now they're working in this facility.
Amazing.
To help others.
What an amazing thing.
And yeah, there's this bus, and you go and meet people, and so they don't pass HIV or other diseases.
Yeah, that's incredible. I didn't know that. What was it like working with Julia as a director, and what is that relationship as actor-director like?
In this case, it was very special. Because the first time I met her, I had that gut feeling that something special would happen. And it proven to be right on the first day. Because on the first day of shooting, first sequence, first take, it clicked right away. That's why I call her my Lego. And I don't know, it felt like I've worked with her before. It's really hard to explain, because from my perspective, and I'm just speaking for myself, you only know a director the first day of shooting. You can talk with them like for weeks or months, but the first day of shooting shows the truth. And
why is that? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's just that that's the moment you start to create.
Yeah.
So you get rid of a lot of things, preconceptions or whatever, and you're at work. So that's when you really meet somebody, who he is and the way he's going to direct, and his creative process and all. And and it was satisfying to realize that what I felt was right. So we trusted each other right away. And that's the best gift a director can give, so you can lose yourself into the character.
Yeah, and I imagine
and
especially
find freedom.
Yes, especially important with
yeah
as well. Yeah.
C'est quoi ça? Elle sortait d'où? Tu sais qu'il y a un virus qui circule, non?
Pardon, maman.
Nzmira na naman layara cintura.
Je sais que t'as rien. Celui-là, tu le sais. Trop d'amour, des fois, ça... Des fois, les gens, ça les rend fous.
What scene do you think, you're giving a lot to this as you've explained. What scene do you think was the most difficult for you to execute? Most challenging?
Yeah, I think the most challenging one was, and it's because it wasn't a physical matter because I was obviously tired, and when we shot the soccer scene and the bar scene, when it's the sort of death territory, and I have this choreography to perform. This happened the same night. So I had to run on a field for 4 hours in a row. Then we had to move to this place, to this bar, and do this, choreography that's really strange but very exhausting. And that happened the same night. So physically, I was scared about that one, and it was tough because it wasn't just like running around or dancing somehow. There is an emotional challenge, and it's strange to have to play this because usually in a movie the big emotions is crying or exploding or whatever, but to be tense like this all the time and see death in the eyes and then jump into a soccer field and just have fun and smile and it was like a roller coaster that night, and might have been the toughest scene I had to do in this movie.
And it's physical though, both of those scenes are very physical as well for anyone who's seen the film. Did you find with the weight loss, you said 22 kilos, did you find that it was harder to do these physical, exertions with that? You're running on empty almost, right?
Obviously, yeah. Of course, you have less energy. Yeah. You don't have a lot of strength. No, it's tough, really. You're weaker.
Yeah. And how long did it take you to shed that weight? What
4 months.
4 months, yeah. 22 kilos.
Pretty quick.
That is quick. That's real quick.
That was a journey.
What's that journey like? What were you doing?
I had a medical team, first off, because you need to be protected because it's dangerous. So I started with a lot of workout, a diet to start with. So when you lose all the fat, the hardest thing to lose is the muscles. So then with my nutritionist, she was a bio-nutritionist, we had a specific cycle of 3 days. So the first day was just lunch and dinner, always, 150 grams of protein. That's it. Second day, I could add some veggies, specific ones. And the third day was the same thing as the second day. And then I would go back, again and again in the cycle for 3 months. And no bread, no pasta, no carbs, no sugar, no nothing, really. But over the course of the process, you lose the taste. You don't chase taste anymore. Yeah. It gets fine. Okay, I get it. Then you're not hungry anymore. And that's when I caught my character. Because when you're addicted, the only thing you think of is the product.
Yeah.
So that opened in my soul and my body a specific feeling. Like I was so sensitive that I felt like, your body's so wide open and your soul, sorry. It's like an open heart surgery. You take everything that's surrounding you in terms of energy. And spiritually, I felt something very strong. I was connected to God, very connected to God, connected to the elements, because we shot in Le Havre, and it's right in front of the ocean. And you know, I realized that we're part of the creation.
Yeah.
That we're just molecules, and everything is one. I know it sounds a little weird, but when you lack of something that much, you know, you get really sensitive.
And you've been focused on how much of you is the physical substance that you're ingesting, right? So it's interesting how a focus on the physical can have a spiritual revelation to it, you know?
That's why in every major religion you have a process of fasting, isolation from the prophets, you know?
Yeah.
There is something in there.
Yeah, yeah. Great, I'm getting a signal, so we'll just go to, we have a couple of questions that we ask all of the actors and directors that come on. Where do you like to sit in the cinema?
Right in the middle. Yeah, draw a cross right in the middle.
So vertically and horizontally, bang. That's
absolutely.
Me too. That's what I love.
That's
yeah,
the
man.
best seat.
That's the best. You're in the sweet spot for sound and everything.
For everything.
You know? Everything.
Right in the center.
Nobody said that yet. Do you know, I've asked this question so many times and everyone's down the front, at the back, aisle left, aisle right. And I'm like, am I the weirdo? I'm sitting here in the middle, like, bang.
Got this.
Bullseye. And also, if you could have been in one film that you didn't have a chance to, can be before you were born or can be during your life, what would that be?
Wow, that's a crazy question. Oh, give me a minute to think about it. There's so many films, but I gotta think of the character as well and the part. I'm hesitating between Taxi Driver or Little Big Man.
Two good, brilliant choices. Yeah, very good. Okay, well, thank you, Tahar. That's lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.